I don't know if anybody else is like me, but uh, I just can't seem to pass up something that I think might have value. I got this a couple years back. I'm not even sure what it really is or what it was intended to be, but it was going to go into the scrap bin. So I picked it up. I think what we're going to try and do is take this tray, pan, whatever you want to call this, cut these welds, take this out, put it on top, and I think we should be able to make a decent little solid fuel forge out of it. So that's what our intentions are. Let's see what happens. I think this ought to work pretty well. We'll weld it on, come in and cut a hole in the bottom, build a fire pot for it, and I think it's going to do a good job. Not quite sure if there's any official dimensions or design for fire pots, but this is going to be the start of mine. It's out of, looks like a piece of 3/8 flat plate, just what I have laying around, so that's what we're going to use. Probably a little heavier than what I need, but I figure heavier is not a bad thing, so we're going to get to cutting this out. I forgot to show cutting out the pieces for the fire pot yesterday, but got that done and started getting it welded up today. So this is the next step in the new forge. So we'll continue running some weld and get this thing on its way. Okay, I was hoping to get out and do some work on the forge build today. I'm going to start working on the tweer and the clinker breaker. Unfortunately, the only piece of 3/8 rod that I could find is this one. It's not long enough. What the plans are, there's a 3-inch pipe we're planning to use for the tweer. The ID is just a touch over 3 inches, like 3 1/16. So I've got these two discs that I've cut out. They're cut out of 3/8 plate, and they measure about 2 3/4 across. And the plans are to cut a 3/8 inch section right out of the center of them, and then place that on either side of the 3/8 rod and weld it on, and then take the other one, the other piece, and go 90 degrees to it and stack it this way. So you got one disc that's running this way and one disc that's running this way. They'll be on the 3/8 rod, which will notch into here and leave a handle outside of the forge box that we'll be able to then turn to break clinkers and get it all free. But unfortunately, I don't have the rod I need, so we're gonna have to wait until this crazy quarantine stuff is over and run to the supply house and pick up another piece of 3/8 rod. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these out and have everything ready to go. So as soon as I get the rod, we can weld it up and continue on. So hang on, we're getting there. Well, we got the tweer made up today. That's the air inlet. Goes down to the ash dump through. I got to put some extensions on the frame of the forge, but it comes through to the clinker breaker. Clinker breaker comes out to a handle right here. So we're making progress. Won't be long. All right, well, we got the leg extensions welded onto the forge. and the ash dump welded up. So I think the only thing that's left to do is turn it upside right and put air to it. We should be running. Maybe we'll get a fire in this thing tomorrow. Well, there you have it. I think it's done. Let's see if I can drag out that Champion blower, see about getting it hooked up. We might get this thing lit this afternoon yet. Here we go, starting the first fire in the new forge. Alright, so we got the anthracite going. We're going to try our first stab at a heat here. Piece of 1/2 inch round. Let's see what it does. Put it in. You can tell it's got a little bit of color. That was a minute. I think this thing's going to work out pretty well.